ఫేస్బుక్ సీఈఓ మార్క్ జుకర్బర్గ్ ఢిల్లీ ఐఐటి విద్యార్థులు ప్రొఫెసర్లతో భేటీ అయ్యారు. ఐఐటి ఢిల్లీలోని టౌన్ హాల్లో జరిగిన ఈ సమావేశంలో విద్యార్థులు అడిగే ప్రశ్నలకు ఓపికగా సమాధానమిచ్చారు. 900 మందితో జరిపిన చిట్చాట్లో భారత్కు రావడం ఆనందంగా ఉందన్నాడు జుకర్బర్గ్. ఫేస్బుక్ వినియోగంలో భారత్ ప్రపంచంలోనే 2వ స్థానంలో ఉండడంపై ఆనందం వ్యక్తం చేశారు. ప్రొఫెసర్లు విద్యార్థులతో జుకర్బర్గ్ క్వశ్చన్ అండ్ ఆన్సర్స్ పై ఒలుక్కేద్దాం.
Hey, it's great to be here in India. I always love coming here. The energy here is awesome. So thank you guys all for coming out here today for our first town hall Q&A in India. I'm so excited to be here. So I think Anki just gave you a sense of what we're going to do, but you know, these town hall Q&As are a really important way and part of how we run the company and the community at Facebook, right? Because for many years, you know, every week inside the company, we've had a Q&A with employees where people can just raise any question they want. They ask hard questions, they give us feedback, and it's a good opportunity for me to hear from people about what they're thinking about. So we recently started doing this for our community as well, and have been traveling to a lot of places around the world to hear from our community. And you know, India has 130 million people who use Facebook. It's the second biggest country. So it's really important, I think, to have a chance to hear from all of you today and hear what you're thinking about. And you know, we'll probably get some ideas for how we can make Facebook a better service. So thank you guys. I really appreciate all of you guys coming out here today to have this dialogue.
Hi, Mark.
Hey.
Myself Alkijan, and I'm a chartered accountant by profession. So my question is very simple. And why are you showing so much interest in India? Answer honestly.
So our mission is to give everyone in the world the power to share what's important to them and to connect every person in the world. And India is the world's largest democracy. It's, you know, one of the biggest countries where if you really have a mission of connecting every person in the world, you can't do that without helping to connect everyone in India. So we think about this in two ways. First, there are already more than 130 million people in India who use Facebook. It is one of the largest communities that we have across the world, and we take our responsibility to serve the people in India who are already using Facebook and WhatsApp, which is also in our family of products. We take that very seriously. If what you care about is connecting everyone in the world, then you can't do that if there are so many people who don't even have access to basic connectivity. Now, you know, everyone here probably has access to the internet in some capacity, and when you've had it for a while, you start to you know, take it for granted. You know, you think about it as maybe it's something that I can use to get access to entertainment or you know, some basic communication tools. But it's easy to forget that if you haven't had access to the internet, it's really a tool that provides some vital infrastructure for your life, right? I mean, it can provide educational information for people who don't have access to good schools. It can provide health information on how to, you know, take care of your child or avoid diseases for people who don't have access to good doctors or health infrastructure. It can provide access to job listings for people who live in poorer villages where the economy isn't very strong. You know, so the research has shown on this that for every 10 people who get access to the internet, about one person gets a new job, a job is created, and about one person gets lifted out of poverty. So there's just a tremendous opportunity in India, right? If there are a billion people who are not connected, then this is one of the biggest opportunities, I think, to help develop the economy here and to help alleviate poverty and really lift up a lot of folks.
So this is a question which lots and lots of people want answers to. It's one of the top voted questions on the thread. And I think it's a serious one, deserving a serious answer.
All right.
And this is, I seriously don't want to get any more invitations on Candy Crush. How can I stop getting it?
There you go. All right. See, so this is where these town hall Q&As are really useful. Because I actually saw this question, that it was the top voted question on my thread. So I sent a message to the person who runs the team in charge of our developer platform. And I said, you know, by the time that I do this town hall Q&A, I think it would be good if we had a solution to this problem. So we do. So she emailed me like later that night and was like, all right, look, there are some tools that are kind of outdated that allow people to send invitations to people who have never used a game and have gotten a lot of invitations in the past, but you know, don't play games on Facebook. And you know, we hadn't prioritized shutting that down because we just had other priorities. But if this is the top thing that people care about, then we'll prioritize that and we'll do it. So we're doing it.
Hi, Mark. This is funny.
All right. It is.
My question seems to be funny also. So my question for you is, if Mark is gifted some supernatural powers from some aliens, what powers would Mark wish for and how would he use for the betterment of world?
It's a good question. All right, so one of the great things about technology is you actually can build superpowers for people in the world. And you know, that's some of the stuff that I think is really exciting. So when I think about what we're doing with Oculus, for example, I think that what we're really enabling is people to teleport, right? You know, you're going to be able to put on a headset and go anywhere you want in the world. You'll be able to go to places that are impossible to go to in the world. I mean, one of my favorite recent demos from Oculus is, you know, you put on the headset and you're in this room with someone else who has the headset on somewhere else that can be in a completely different place.
Mark, you were at Taj yesterday. Somebody posted on your wall, did people recognize you? Do you want to share some of your Taj experience with everybody and whether you're recognized or not?
The Taj was great. I mean, it's, you know, it's one of the few places in the world that you see pictures, but then you go, and it's actually even more awesome there than any of the pictures look. There aren't a lot of places like that. And you know, it's fitting because you travel around the world and there are all these monuments that are built for governments, you know, celebrating military victories or religion. And you know, the Taj is unique because it's a monument to love. And I think that that's special. And I mean, that's a meaningful thing. So I really enjoyed it. I'm glad that I got a chance to go. You know, too often, I travel around and I go to different countries and I have so many different meetings and events, so I go to these places that have such rich culture and I spend my whole time inside conference rooms. And let me tell you, no matter what city you go to in the world, conference rooms look pretty similar. But, so I just felt very lucky that I had the opportunity to take a few hours to head to Agra and see that. As for whether you know, someone recognized me. You know, there's one girl I feel bad for who's trying to take a photo of me and wiped out and fell off the sidewalk into a bush. And now, fortunately, she didn't get hurt. I kind of gave her a pat on the back, and I was like, you know, you got to be more careful. It's dangerous business trying to take a photo of me. But